Not too long ago, Baba Ramdev might have been the most televised person in the world. In 2016, you could see his face on Indian TV channels for an average of 19.5 hours every day. He's a penniless yoga guru, but his messages aren't all spiritual. You can see him applying face cream onto politicians, gulping coconut oil in front of a 1,000-strong crowd, or explaining on stage why you should clean your floor with cow urine.
कोई बैक्टीरिया, कोई वायरस और कोई नेगेटिव एनर्जी का असर नहीं रहेगा आपके घर में.
A little bit weird? Yes, at first, but in fact, it's ingenious. This is free advertising for his brainchild, Patanjali, a made-in-India brand now selling everything from cooking oil through hair loss products to diapers and candles. Here's how a local herbal remedy business grew into a consumer goods empire, leaving multinational corporations scrambling in its wake, all thanks to this one godman turned businessman.
Businessman, business guru.
Godmen are so-called spiritual leaders that mediate between God and man. This is fairly common in India, and these guys are almost treated and respected like God. Some become really huge organizations, and people sometimes believe them really blindly. These guys wield enormous influence and power.
But like many other godmen, for Ramdev, this path to power had humble beginnings. In the mid-90s, he renounced all material possessions and moved to Haridwar, a holy city on the Ganges, to teach yoga. There, he was also managing an ashram, a type of religious community, with his school friend Acharya Balkrishna. Together, they were running a pharmacy where they were selling homemade herbal remedies based on the ancient Hindu system of medicine called Ayurveda. This was when yoga was gaining popularity in the West.
Yoga would change your life, that's all I'm saying.
But in India, it was still associated with ancient texts and rigorous studies. Ramdev wanted to democratize it. He simplified the poses and was running free workshops, showing that everyone could do it. He was also promoting yoga as a treatment for many ailments: obesity, infertility, depression, even breast cancer. His yoga had you covered. In 2002, Ramdev's yoga camp started being broadcast on TV. Despite airing in the early morning hours, Ramdev's signature belly roll and his playfulness made him an instant hit. But Ramdev and Balkrishna had a vision that went beyond medicines and yoga. They wanted to reach every Indian household, and in 2006 they set up Patanjali, with Balkrishna owning more than 98% of the company. Patanjali started selling juices, grains and beauty products, all based on natural ingredients.
In the very early years, you could hardly see any marketing by the brand. All you could see is the products from the shelves. Baba Ramdev is actually the brand and the power behind the brand, and without him the brand would be very little. But a lot of people who may not necessarily be his followers use a lot of his products because they believe that they are less contaminated than other products available in the market.
Between 2011 and 2014, the number of Patanjali's products increased from 50 to 500.
They started very small and launched a few products, and then it started catching fire in terms of popularity. I think it coincided with a sort of a rekindling of nationalism in India, and a lot of Indians started identifying with this company that was homegrown and used very ancient Indian recipes to make things like soaps, shampoos, and even food products.
Ramdev tapped into consumer patriotism and became a symbol of India's economic independence.
विदेशी कंपनियों की आर्थिक लूट और गुलामी से देश को बचाना है और इस भारत को फिर से परम वैभवशाली जगतगुरु विश्वगुरु बनाना है.
This turned out to be a great sales pitch. Ramdev's popularity was growing, and so was his influence. Having previously flirted with politics, Ramdev started campaigning alongside right-wing politicians. In 2014, he mobilized his followers to vote for Narendra Modi for Prime Minister. When Modi won, Ramdev gained powerful allies. According to an investigation by Reuters, Patanjali received more than $46 million in discounts on land deals in states controlled by Modi's party. Both Ramdev and Balkrishna claim they're not earning any salary, Their employees are told to accept lower pay and treat their labour as a form of seva, a spiritual practice of selfless service to the community. All that helps Patanjali price its goods up to 10% lower than its competition.
India is a market of 1.3 billion people. A huge section of this population is at the lower end of the pyramid, where they look for value for money, mass products. So Patanjali kept doubling and tripling its revenues, and around 2016-2017, it was a huge competitor for the largest multinationals operating out of India, including Unilever and Procter & Gamble. And all of these companies had to re-strategize and also introduce herbal products like herbal toothpaste, herbal soaps and shampoos, so that they could compete with Baba Ramdev's Patanjali.
Yet Patanjali has had its fair share of controversies. Noodles with dangerous ash content, gooseberry juice failing lab tests, legal actions over misleading ads. Ramdev's reply? It's a foreign conspiracy.
International companies of conspiring against its products.
Despite the controversies, in 2017, Patanjali's revenue surpassed $1 billion, making Balkrishna a billionaire, while Ramdev was gloating.
Baba Ramdev has good reason to smile. Patanjali Ayurved is growing at a gallop.
And Ramdev said that the company would definitely post double growth in the coming year, making it the biggest Swadeshi brand.
2 years later, that hasn't happened. Rather the opposite. Revenue has fallen. But Baba Ramdev's ambition is increasingly far-reaching.
आने वाले 50 वर्षों में हम अपना पूरा समय, शक्ति और ऊर्जा इस देश के शिक्षा और संस्कारों को.
Ramdev's vision of India, independent of foreign influence, seems to be attractive to an increasingly nationalistic country. But he's still a highly controversial figure.
In India, there is 1.3 billion people, and he certainly does not have 1.3 billion followers. His charisma and his influence is balanced by the fact that a lot of his rivals are the largest global corporations in the world. So I wouldn't think that he would get a pass every time because he is a godman.